Yep, come on, bring it back in, bring it back in, bring it back in, bring it back in, bring it back in. Bring it back in, y'all. I totally messed up on my last live because I was on mute the whole time and I had reacted to a whole hour live to another one. I mean, a whole hour. My fault. I got this. A whole hour video, and I don't even think I can post it or whatever because I'm not saying nothing. Like I look stupid. And I didn't realize until I checked my live. I'm like, why am I not saying anything? So versus me getting mad and getting mad about it, I'm just going to you know keep going. You feel me? When you mess up, you keep going. That's all there is to it. So, but yeah, we're gonna react to this the Avatar leak because I don't know if y'all been updated, but this Avatar leak going crazy. Or it's probably it is kind of it is what it is for me. I'm gonna give my thoughts and opinions about it as through the video or without. God dang, what do you call it? Or at the end. But let's get into it real quick. Hold on. Let me make sure it's transfer fit the screen with it. Can we fit this to screen real quick? Okay, I got y'all. Let's go.
Today, something absolutely crazy happened. I never thought I'd be doing this on this channel, but today, some guy posted the leaks for the full Avatar Aang movie on Twitter, and I've seen the scenes. I can't show them, sadly, on the video, but things are absolutely crazy, so I'm going to break it all down for you, and let's get...
Let me know in the chat if you've seen the movie already. Let's be honest. Anybody seen the movie yet? If you've seen the movie already, let me know. It doesn't make you a bad person.
Straight into it. So I was actually just about to sleep, and then some guy posted on Twitter saying, I'll read you the exact quote. I think I can say this without getting absolutely sued off the planet, but basically what the tweet said was, Nickelodeon accidentally emailed me the entire Avatar Aang movie and they made Toph straight. I mean...
Accidentally.
That's a bit weird for him to add because Toph already had daughters, so of course she was. But anyway, that's what he posted, and then attached to that was a video of the full scene of when Targa, who's the main villain of the show, as you might already know if you follow the channel, we get the scene where he was actually just rescued from the iceberg and Team Avatar are surrounding him, and it's the full gamut. We get to hear the voices, the animation, the style, the backgrounds, everything. So I'll give you my opinion on the look, the animation, and how it all flows first, and then we'll get into the actual, what the video actually showed, what the clips showed. So to start off, the backgrounds were absolutely incredible. They looked awesome. You can tell that there was a lot of work put into that.
That junk was, I mean, that junk looks really beautiful. I'm talking about it's a masterpiece, y'all.
Now, here's where things get bad. The characters, they're animated very smoothly, but the characters themselves do not look good. It's hard to describe this without showing you, but the lines look blurry. It looks like a draft. It looks like it's not finished, and it may very well not be finished because, I mean, if this is finished, I can see why they pulled it out of the theaters. But there's just something off when the character...
That's a personal opinion. I think, the characters look pretty straight. They look mature. Like, look at them. Like, you look, you can tell they went through life. What you talking about, gang?
Characters are put against a background, it looks like they're just sketches. It looks like they're just like sketches placed on a background that looks incredible. But the sketches themselves look terrible, not finished, despite the fact that the coloring looks finished. So it's really hard to tell. There's so much conflicting with these character designs. You'll just have to wait to see them because if I show these, I will be executed immediately. Basically, think of the best fan art of Avatar you've seen, and that's how the characters look. The best fan art that you've ever seen, that's how it looks. And that shouldn't look like that. It should look proper professional, and really, they should have gone with the Korra art.
What you mean professional? Like, to professional people that, you know, was artists before they was professional, they was making probably fan made like the artists before, right? That professional shit crazy. I mean, the professional term crazy, because you could have somebody make fan made and it looks way better than professional. Not all the time, but I mean, like, just saying, just saying,
Style,
just
because that was
saying,
really the peak of the art
just
style
saying.
of Avatar. But with how smooth the animation is, the character designs themselves look so uncanny because the quality of the characters don't match how good they're animated. So to me, that's a big problem, and I really hope they fix this before it gets released on Paramount Plus, if it ever gets released anymore, with everything leaked. But that's my opinion on the quality of it. The backgrounds look amazing. The characters look.
They need to release it now. They need to release it like immediately. God damn it! I think what they said, 15 million people already seen it. Like, bro, like it's not going to theaters. I think they said they're not even gonna put it in theaters no more. It's over with, gang. It's over with. They need to leak it right. They need to put it on stream right now. 15 million people already seen it. People already got the movie saved to their phones. Like it's man, yeah.
Terrible, and the animation itself is very smooth and very good. So initially I thought it was completely fake, and I was looking to match the voices of the known voice actors that have already been cast for the movie, and I wanted to match them with the voices that we hear in this little clip because I thought it was honestly fan animated. Like, I did not believe it was real when I first saw it. But anyway, I did match the voices, and I did also confirm this with my good friend the Avatarist. Go check him out, his channel is awesome, and I'm sure he'll be covering this with so many more pieces of behind the scenes info, so definitely go check him out. He confirmed to me that it matches up with what he's seen, and he's actually had many of the scenes from the movie already leaked to him long ago, as you probably already know if you watch his videos, and he was able to match them up and say that these scenes do match what he's already heard. So to me, this is pretty much 100% confirmed as a leak.
So is the Avatarist really the Avatar?
And I'm 100% willing to take that to the bank that this is real. What I've seen is real. So if you want to avoid spoilers, definitely don't be on Twitter right now because it's going everywhere. But I'm going to describe the scene to you. I don't think it's much of a spoiler.
Before Twitter was going crazy on TikTok.
The scene is very light, there's not much info in it, and it's pretty much stuff we could already infer based on what we know from the villain and the cast and who's already going to be in the movie. And just to reiterate, unfortunately, I cannot show any of the clips or any footage or any stills from this because Paramount, not only will they strike me, but they will probably sue me off the face of the earth just to sweeten the deal a bit, you know.
They will sue you down your bloodline. They will sue you so hard. Your great grandkids will be in debt.
Just to say a big F you. So anyway, let's describe the clips. Here they are. The first is right after Team Avatar discover Targa, and he's just come out of the iceberg, he's unconscious, and all of Team Avatar is around him. We've got Zuko, we've got Toph, we've got Aang, we've got Katara, and it was a bit jarring to hear at first that they're not using the same voices as the original animated series. Now,
no, because they're older, dickhead.
Of course, we already
I'm sorry, I mean call you a dickhead. But why would they have the same voice?
knew this. We knew that they were recast because the studio didn't want the ethnicities to not match up to the characters, so unfortunately they had to recast. But anyway, the clip starts with a beautiful background. I will say the backgrounds in this are beautiful, and we see Zuko's fire ship landed, and it looks like that's how they've reached this location where they have found Targa. Now, I'll say it looks like a mix of 2D and 3D. I can't really tell just from this first shot, but later on I'll describe more about the characters. After that, we see Katara healing Targa, and he's lying down unconscious inside of a hut on a bed. And
who's Targa, y'all? Y'all let me know. Who's Targa? I'm not quite sure. Who's Targa, y'all? He's not from the first one. He's from Korra.
Katara is healing her, and she's wearing exactly the same outfit that we see in those leaked photos that I shared with you just a few weeks ago. And Targa looks exactly the same as the leaks from those t-shirts. So
Targa?
my thumbnail, if you want to know what Targa looks like, look at my thumbnail, and that's exactly what he looks like on my couple of videos ago where I say the new Avatar Aang movie
Who's Targa?
villain is insane. Now, according to Team Avatar, they're just saying this. We don't actually see this in the clip, but they're saying that he's lifted an entire mountain. So maybe he woke up from a sort of trance that he was frozen in an iceberg, and then when he got up, he was in such an adrenaline state that he was able to lift a mountain. All of Team Avatar is huddled around Targa, and they're waiting for Katara to heal him, and Katara pretty much says that this is the toughest healing she's ever done. He's so strong that she's never felt such strength before in having to heal someone. We then get Toph with
He's Aang's replacement. He's the next Avatar.
their new voice,
Okay,
asking
I
Aang if
see
this
what's going
airbender may
on.
have actually
peeped it.
overtaken Aang's record of staying in the iceberg for 100 years. And of course, I think she's definitely right, because if you look at the arrows on Targa's head, they're nothing like Aang's arrows. These are ancient primitive arrows, so he definitely comes from a time much before the time of Aang. And in the next scene, Aang says exactly this. He says the tattoos look ancient, and he doesn't know how long that Targa's been in the iceberg. We also get to hear Sokka talk and Toph again, and they're just basically asking how long has he been in there. And then we get a bit of a comedic scene where Toph says says he smells good for an old guy. And of course this is meant to be comedic because she's blind. Obviously she can't see him, so she has to go by smell. And then Toph asks the others to tell her if he's an attractive man. They all argue over this, and then eventually Zuko confirms yes, he is an attractive man. So this still
Zuko?
got the old style of comedy, just a bit aged up. And we get kind of a looks-maxing joke from Zuko, who says it's all in the bone structure that makes him attractive. So I don't know if they've really recently rewritten that
Zuko clavicular.
line, but that seems pretty on point for the modern time. And then after that is the most interesting scene. Targa wakes up in a sweat. He's in a fever. He's in an absolute panic. He gets up and then he says, "An earthbender," as if he's been at war with an earthbender, or the earthbenders are his enemy. Maybe the earthbenders were ancient enemies of the airbender during Targa's time. But he was not happy to see Toph right in front of him. He wanted to kill Toph, but the others of course stop him from doing this, and of course he's too weak because he's just been in an ice.
Is he leaking the movie? Like, can you still, I mean, if all this is accurate in the movie, are you not violating, brother? Are you not whistleblowing right now, gang?
For like thousands of years. And then finally, in another panicked state, he asks frantically where is Avatar Sonam, and he says she in this dialogue, so obviously it's a woman, and it's probably an air nomad avatar. I say this because the way Aang asks him about Sonam is if Aang already knows Sonam, so it's probably Avatar Sonam is probably an airbender, and Aang has discovered her through his research into the air nomad culture, of course trying to rebuild it when eventually Tenzin is born. And then there's one more clip to get into, so I'll get into this clip, and this one is much weirder. This one will interest you much more. It's about the spirit world. So it starts off with Sokka being transported into the spirit world, and he doesn't really know what's happened to his ponytail. It's gone off. But what we realize is that all the characters have now been into the spirit world, and they're all in different stages of their lives. So Toph is in a chibi form, like a baby form. Katara is in her exactly how she looks in The Legend of Korra, and Zuko is also exactly how he looks in The Legend of Korra. And Aang is just looking like he did in The Legend of Aang, or The Last Airbender, and Sokka also looks exactly like he did in The Last Airbender as well. So Zuko and Katara aged up, Sokka and Aang aged down, and Toph really aged down to baby, and I'm not sure
What happened to Sokka?
what they're trying to say here. I think obviously in the movie it's going to be played as a fan service moment, because it's going to be like, if it was going to still be in the theaters, which we now know sadly it's not, I think this would have been a moment where the audience gasped as
They can't put it in theaters, gang. 15 million people already seen it. They ain't gotta remember how many of those 15 million people already downloaded it. They ain't gotta remember how many of those 15 million people already downloaded it, then multiplied it, then sent it out, made fake Netflix or fake streaming sites. You know what I'm saying?
they saw gasped in joy as they saw the old look of Avatar Aang from the original show that they all grew up with. But apart from that, in the shot, Aang says the spirit world is out of balance and he needs to fix it because it's his duty as the Avatar. And then a huge spiritual connection to Targa's temple, which we also saw in the art from those t-shirts. A big red spiritual emanation comes from that, and I think he's trying to summon something, and he's using an airbending staff to do this. I don't know if this is Aang's that he has stolen or if it's his own that he took with him in the iceberg when he got unfrozen. Now, something Aang says here makes it sound like Targa is coming from the spirit world, like he lives in the spirit world, kind of like Iroh, and that he's trying to bring elements from the spirit world into the real world. Aang says our world. So I'm not sure how that interacts with him being in the iceberg and him being discovered in the real world, but he's clearly trying to use this power coming from his temple to bring that temple into the real world. I don't know how that works, don't ask me. This makes no sense without context, even for me looking at the clip. So if you can't decipher it, that's not on you, that's just on the context that we have. And of course, at the end of this clip, they throw in a Zutara joke where a spirit from the spirit world comes out and he's like, "Oh, nice to see humans. Good to see an elderly couple." Of course, referring to Katara and Zuko because they're in their elderly forms. And that's obviously a Zutara joke, and Aang is not happy with this, and he tells them clearly they are not a couple. Finally, the spirit that I was just talking about, he says that he actually comes from the temple, but he can't live in the temple anymore because Targa's been corrupting it with that dark energy.
Bro is leaking the whole movie. He just whistleblow the whole movie.
There's not much more context than that. I don't really even get it, so we're gonna have to wait for much more than this. And I don't think we're gonna see much more than this because it looks like it was hacked off Paramount servers, because on the clips it actually says a tag of a hacking group. I'm not gonna name them here because I don't know anything about them, but I do think these videos are gonna be struck very soon. So if you do want to see them, go on Twitter now. If you don't want to see them, if you don't want to be spoiled, get off Twitter now. Stay off the internet for at least a few days.
Well, you might as well stay off the internet forever, gang. You might as well stay off the internet forever. So, my opinion is once they leaked it, it's over with. I don't even think it was a leak. I think whoever worked at Paramount was just, that was just a real asshole. Why did he leak it? The world may never know why he leaked it. Talking about, it's not even a leak. Would you even call that a leak? Would you call that a leak? You sent the email to the wrong person. That's not a leak. That's negligence. That's avoiding accountability. Your ass did more than leak it. You was a dumbass. Paramount. And you think, and they try and put it out on theaters after that? I knew it. I used to love what I was an Avatar binge watcher when I was a kid. On top of the I think we had DVDs too. But I knew it. I knew it once they leaked it on TikTok. I woke up from my bed like, said my morning prayers. Look at TikTok, boy. See, oh wow, oh wow. They don't leaked it. You know, the whole movie was on there. The whole movie was on there. Then you could, man. So once, so my opinion is, yeah, it can't go to theaters. Theaters is over with. What they can do though is start like a Facebook page or like a fan page where everyone that's a diehard fan can go see it themselves at a specific location, like a green screen or something for the summer. I would do it like that. Just do and charge people like $5 or $5, $10 or something, and give a portion of the money to the creators. Since they're probably gonna miss out on the theater bonuses and stuff, they can make up like that if they really, we really have diehard fans. But yeah, it can't go to theaters, gang. They need to stream it right now. The longer they wait, the less value it's gonna have by October. I promise you. They better be working on Avatar, the third Airbender. Goddamn it. They better be working on that shit tight, John. Let's see what else we got in store. Let's see what else. Let's see. What else we got in this anything? I put up energy. David and Celeste. Let's look at the I want David and Celeste. Let's look at the David and Celeste situation, right?
I just got done watching this.
Shout out Poetic Flocko. Big dog Poetic Flocko, man. Oh no, wrong one, y'all. My wrong one. Alright. Let me make sure my mic still work, y'all. Cause nobody likes to tell me my mic ain't work. Even the mic ain't work. The mic, the mic, the mic. Okay, the mic work on that one. Technical. The mic. Technical. The mic. Yep. Works on that one. Alright, y'all. Just saying, make sure the mic don't go out like last time. What the? Oh, 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 oh. What? No, 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 no. What's going on? Oh, man. Hold on, y'all. Oh, man. There we go. There we go. My fault. I accidentally pressed my power button, and now I was feeling look stupid again. I'm like, no, no. But I would just tried it again, y'all. Tried it again. But yeah, let's see what's up with this David Celeste situation.
Press conference where they are announcing that David is being charged with the murder of Celeste. I had little to no faith that they had enough to truly get a conviction out of David. But after watching this press conference, I really don't have faith in LAPD, in the DA, in the state. I have no faith at all. They're going to truly get a conviction and give Celeste justice. And it's not because I think David is innocent. I think David is 100% guilty. I think David is one of the most vile, evil human beings we have ever witnessed.
So David was the R&B artist dude that allegedly, how would I I put this? Allegedly dismembered a young lady and put her in the trunk or the front of a Tesla, and like 3 years ago, I think, a couple years ago, I believe, and he just got arrested a few days back, not too long ago. I think he getting this is the update, I believe. But yeah, he need to go to jail if that's the case. I don't care, boy. Yeah.
On earth. But unfortunately, evilness comes with some genius. And when you give a gore-obsessed true crime super fan 6 months to cover up a murder minimum, you probably gonna have to do some extreme police work to figure out what really happened. And I don't think that extreme police work has taken place because we still don't know what happened. So excuse me, by the way, if I'm a tad bit frustrated after I watch a press conference where they're announcing first-degree murder charges against somebody, but yet these people are refusing to say he murdered her. Again, slow it down and truly understand what I just said. They did a press conference to announce first-degree murder charges, but yet the detective, the police chief, and everybody involved deliberately went out of their way the entire press conference to not say David murdered Celeste. They in turn says the last.
Does that mean they probably don't have enough evidence? Yeah, I ain't trying to stick up for bro nothing type junk, but I mean like when they do stuff like that, does that mean they don't have enough evidence type shit? You know, let me know.
Time she was found alive was in David's house, and that's as far as they were willing to go. They did not say David murdered Celeste the entire press conference.
Ms. Rivas was a reported runaway from Riverside County. During the course of our investigation, detectives learned that she had been involved in a sexual relationship with Mr. Burke when she was a minor and he was an adult. On April 23, 2025, Ms. Rivas arrived at Mr. Burke's home in the Hollywood Hills. That's the last time she was known to be alive. On September 8, 2025, Ms. Rivas's dismembered and badly decomposed body was discovered in the front trunk of Mr. Burke's impounded Tesla. From that
Then he put Buddy underneath that motherfucker, boy.
moment forward, our investigators face an extraordinary, difficult, and complex case. The condition of her remains delayed the medical examiner's ability to be able to determine cause of death. The substantial amount of time that passed between her death.
So they're saying her body was so badly decomposed they couldn't even get the evidence? Nah, that's crazy, gang. Nah, that's wild. That's wild.
Death and the discovery meant that crucial evidence had degraded or disappeared. And as detectives worked to uncover the truth, they also had to sift through and debunk a great deal.
On April 23, 2025, as been alleged by the complaint, Celeste, a 14-year-old at that time, went to Mr. Burke's house in the
Only 14, yo? That's fucking sick, bro.
Hollywood Hills. She was never heard from again.
The language was she was last seen on this day. Last seen doesn't mean that's when she was murdered. And I feel like if you're going to charge somebody with premeditated murder, you at least have to know the day she was murdered. I feel like knowing the day she was murdered should be the literal foundation of where you built this case on top of. But if, she was last seen on April 20th. Yeah, this weirdo could have kept her tied up in the basement, went on tour, and have somebody else murder her. Right? That could.
People have devious thoughts. This world is freaking wicked. Sick as fuck.
Could have been that. So why don't we have more specifics? Why don't we have a day when she was murdered? Y'all talk to everybody involved in this situation. Y'all put the heat and the pressure. Y'all told us. We ain't know. Y'all told us. Oh, she was in the grand jury. Oh, she was giving it to them. Oh, she had them ready to cry.
This boy Flacco crazy, boy. This boy Flacco.
Oh, she had them ready to cry during the interrogation, but she ain't get a day out of David Homies yet? It doesn't make sense at all to me, man. Now, again, it's not a big deal. They didn't say out of their mouth David murder Celeste ever during this press conference, but if they're charging him with first-degree murder, do they really need to? Now, they are charging him with first-degree murder. They're charging him with lewd acts with somebody under 14, which amazing he should because he's a creep as well. Now, they're also adding special circumstances to this, which is, is almost going to make it impossible for him to get out of jail on bail. But here are the actual charges they're charging David with.
As we will show in a court of law, and what I also want to make sure about that the understanding of these charges is clear, is my description of these charges is not evidence that we are going to present in court. These charges, in fact, will not be evidence in the court. Evidence will be the witness testimony, the documents, and different types of admissible testimony that we will admit into court in the prosecution, and if it leads to the eventual trial of Mr. Burke, to convince a jury of 12 people beyond a reasonable doubt that each and every one of these charges is true, as well as the special allegations and circumstances.
So they're relying on the witnesses. Witnesses, evidence
That have been alleged. So what you have as well with these charges,
up to a certain extent,
is that, again, there are 3 sets of charges that have been brought. The first-degree murder with special circumstances, and again, those special circumstances are lying in wait. That Celeste went to Mr. Burke's home on the night of April 23rd, 2025, as alleged in the complaint, at his invitation, and again, was not heard from again. The second is a special circumstance being that this murder was committed for financial gain. As the evidence will show in court, the financial gain was for Mr. Burke to maintain his very lucrative musical career that Celeste was threatening on that particular night. The third charge, in addition to lying in wait and for financial gain, is murdering a witness to an investigation. In this particular case, as the evidence will come out in court, the witness to the investigation was Celeste. And the investigation was into the lewd and lascivious.
So the witness to the investigation was the girl, but the girl is not here. Ooh, boy, he might get off with this shit, boy. I ain't trying, but he might get off with this shit, gang. But if he did it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, he's a piece of shit. He shouldn't be off. But I mean, like, the way this man sounding, he don't sound too confident. He don't sound too confident at all.
Sexual acts committed by Mr. Burke that is the subject of count 2 of this complaint with Celeste while she was under 14 years old.
Here's the good and here's the bad. I like the fact that they're swinging for the fences. It sounds hypocritical. If I'm saying y'all don't have enough, why would y'all charge him right now? I would say I like the fact that they are not just taking like the cheap way out. And the cheap way out would be, hey, judge, we don't have enough for murder right now, but we know this creep was victimizing this underage girl right before she was 14 years old. We have proof of that. Charge him with that. Charge him with abuse of the body after the fact. That's it. No, they're swinging for the fence. They're saying, no, this dude deserves the death penalty. He deserves life in prison, and we're going to try to get him life in prison. Because the other stuff, he would have been out within 5 years with the other stuff.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Murder is the reason why they're pushing for death penalty and life in prison. So it's good. Now, the bad part about it is, how are you going to prove this stuff? Now, the motive, I'm sure
That's why I said the DA, he looked kind of nerd. He didn't look too confident saying, he said, well, the evidence is the witnesses. I said, I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, well, the witnesses is evidence, but I did say up to a certain extent. But you saying the witness is the girl, and the girl is deceased.
motive, like they probably have text messages from Celeste's cell phone, from David's cell phone. They probably got some text where it shows Celeste probably telling David, hey, I'm going to go public with this. I'm going to expose you for victimizing me before I was for. They probably have all the messages and they're saying, okay, here's the messages of Celeste threatening David. He invites her over, and then she's never to be seen again. That's good. I like that. That's a good motive. You cooking with grease right now. But we're
Them phones is good evidence now. No, you know what I'm saying? But people be sleeping on the phones, like those messages. Everything's recorded from where you was tracking. This is a whole tracking device, y'all. Matter of fact, they probably don't need no human evidence. They just need the phone records. They don't have your phone. They just know your phone. They just need to know your phone number and your phone company. Then once they get the phone company, they're gonna submit a subpoena to the phone company to get your phone records. Once they get the phone records, all they gotta do is convince. It's all about convincing in court.
where you mess up at and where you kind of like let your entire case go to the wayside when you don't have witness testimony. Now, if you had witness testimony that really mattered, more than one people would be arrested right now. You see, if you have people telling you, "Yeah, I heard he did," that's not enough. By witness, I mean people who was involved in this, people who you guys probably brought in, gave them.
Need more than one person. You can't just have one person come out the blue and say, "Oh, this, oh yeah." I mean, can you have one witnesses? I'm under the notion that you need at least 2 or 3 witnesses to get an indictment. I don't know about just one, unless there was like a 3-person and they might have seen you. You know what I'm saying? Like if you murk someone in front of the third person, and the third person came to the court and say, "Hey, you did it. I seen you." Maybe that makes sense, but I guess in a case like this, it doesn't. Then the witnesses also, like said, the girl, y'all, he just said the witnesses. See, so like who are the witnesses? But they said the phone, so you know.
Immunity in exchange for their testimony to testify against David. That's what I mean. But the only reason you would get immunity is if you were present, if you were there when David murdered this girl, and you could give him a date, a time, when he did it, how he did it. But they don't got none of that. They don't even got a day of when David murdered Celeste. So you damn sure don't got nobody who was present or who was well aware.
So is this a definition of a dead man walking? That's like, it's like when the whole world know you did some weird ass shit, allegedly, and you get off in the courts. I think they call that dead man walking. I don't know.
And as far as we know, you guys still haven't arrested a person who was driving a Tesla and parked it. So good side, swing for the fence. Bad side, you don't really got the smoking gun. And when they was asked about the smoking gun, their explanation was,
they got the gun, they just ain't got no ammunition for real.
like just laughable, because he said everything in his power not to say we don't got the smoking gun, but we working on it.
Aware of this relationship, is it possible that you will be arresting other people within his circle, and did he act alone in this death?
Again, with respect to whether or not there's any other individuals or we're going to take any other actions, you will know about them if we do, but at this point I'm not commenting.
Do you believe that you know how she was killed, beyond it being homicide? The actual cause of death?
The coroner's report will be released shortly. Because it is not currently released, I'm not going to be commenting.
But was it determined, not that, if you won't say what it was, but has it been determined how she was killed, beyond it being homicide?
The coroner has made a determination on how Celeste died, and at the point that the coroner's report becomes public, we'll be able to comment on it.
Was there a specific breakthrough last week? Is there physical evidence that ties David to this murder?
I feel like, you know, since it's an investigation, they can't release so much information as well, you know? Detective can't just get out there like, well, this is they probably can only release bits and pieces at a time because it's still an investigation, you know? They can't. That's like the coach telling the other team, well, we're going to do this play on you, and we're going to do this play next. We're going to do this play. Nah, they got to keep something under, you know, under the tent, under the hood.
There is physical evidence and there is forensic and digital evidence that we intend to present in court to prove these charges beyond a reasonable doubt.
Only a couple more questions.
Yes.
Your investigation, and just to his question, are you able to tell us exactly
what the smoking gun is, and also if you can address the issue of his visit to Santa Barbara, and that, how does it connect with the murder? So with respect to the actual details of the evidence we're going to be presenting in court, I'm not going to do that today. As far as the concept of a smoking gun, the smoking gun is the totality of the evidence that we're going to bring to prove any case, whether it's this case or any case, beyond a reasonable doubt.
AKA, there's no smoking gun. There's nothing that we could look at and say, aha, we got him. It does not exist. You know why?
Flocko said they bullshit.
Why? Because he had minimum 6 months, maximum probably a year to cover up his tracks. That's as simple as that, bruh. Now, when you listen to David's attorneys kind of already tackling these allegations, she's very careful with her words. And this is why I say them not having a smoking gun is going to be, it's going to be very hard to overcome. Because the lawyer is leaving everything on the table. She's not saying, David didn't have no idea what's going on. David is unaware of how Celeste killed herself or how Celeste was murdered. She's saying David is not responsible for Celeste's death.
Your Honor, from the media reports, apparently there have been...
I can't cap. But he looked like he did that shit, boy. Boy, that boy look soulless.
4 months of...
That boy look like a soulless demon.
...secret grand jury proceedings.
Or, I mean, he just got arrested, too. That's how anybody gonna look shit.
We believe that Mr. Burke is entitled at the earliest opportunity to an open preliminary hearing and the proceedings not be done in secret. So we are asking for a preliminary hearing to be set at the earliest possible date on the 10th day. Your Honor, we believe the actual evidence will show David Burke did not murder Celeste Rivas Hernandez, nor was he the cause of her death. And we would like to be able to have the evidence come into the light of day at the earliest opportunity in order to establish that. We're asking for April 23rd as a 3 of 10, Your Honor.
Anything from the people?
We'll be very happy to put
Are they asking for a speedy trial? Speedy case, speedy trial?
on the evidence that we've collected in this case in the last several months.
Thank you. So the matter will be set, plea of not guilty has been entered on behalf of Mr. Burke. The matter will be set in Department 105. The matter is ordered assigned to Judge Charlene Almeida in Department 105 for all purposes by the judge of the supervising judge of criminal.
Yes, Your Honor. If I may just put on the record, we have, as soon as the people arrived, delivered a informal discovery request consistent with Penal Code Section 1054. We have been given almost no discovery thus far. We've received a 3-page follow-up report, no autopsy report, and a copy of the complaint. And we would ask the people respectfully to produce discovery at the earliest opportunity.
Your Honor, as I indicated to counsel, there's approximately 40 terabytes of discovery in this case. Moreover, in order...
Woo! 40 terabytes. Hold on, chat. Let's see what's 40 terabytes. 40 terabytes. Let's see that. How much is... I think that's 40,000 gigabytes. 40... Exactly. 40,000 gigabytes. 10 million high. It can hold approximately, so to break it down even better, 40 terabytes is equal to 40,000 gigabytes. It can hold approximately 10 million high resolution photos, 10,000 HD movies, or 20,000 hours of videos. That's a lot of evidence.
In order to obtain the transcripts from a grand jury investigation, counsel has to file a motion. She knows the way this...
Imagine they come to court day one and they say, you know what? You got us. David is a pedo. David was victimizing Celeste before she was 14. David had an inappropriate relationship with her. However, David did not murder her. David was not the cause of her death. Here's what happened. David and Celeste had a nasty breakup. Celeste did drugs or overdose or did it to herself. David panicked and stuffed her body and chopped it up and tried to hide it as much as possible to hide his secret of him being involved in an inappropriate relationship with Celeste.
Wait,
Imagine on day one,
what did he say?
David and Celeste had a nasty breakup. Celeste did drugs or overdose or did it to herself. David panicked and stuffed her body and chopped it up and tried to hide it as much as possible to hide his secret of him being involved in an inappropriate relationship with Celeste. Imagine on day one, that's what they come with.
That's crazy, man.
How are you going to refute that with the things you guys have if you guys don't even know how she passed away? If y'all don't know when she passed away. They could very well come to court, cop out to everything, but then say, we didn't murder her, she did it to herself, and here's how. Right? Now, the prosecutors are claiming that the medical examiner, they're going to release something today or tomorrow where they're going to list a call.
That shit crazy, man. Shout out to Flacco's channel, man. We'll put his channel in the chat, man. That shit crazy. If he is guilty, you know, if he is guilty, he's a piece of shit. He should be locked up. He should, you know, get everything that's coming from him from the justice system. But it seems like the justice system is moving real slow. It's fucked up. That shit goddamn fucking crazy. So shit, what the comments saying? David definitely not getting out, Flacco. I'm betting my life is 78. David Jolly. Oh my god, they just, if he didn't do it, get the real killer. It's about what they can prove. Isn't that what we just said earlier? It's about what they can prove. Most cases they know exactly who do it, but they can't do shit unless they prove it. Starting with evidence and witnesses. I don't even call the cops no more. My house got shot out. Okay. Damn. Alright, let's choose the next video, y'all. But yeah, bro. If Buddy really did that shit, man. I ain't trying to say if, I'm saying cause I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. Cause you know, you gotta get prosecuted. But the way it's looking, Buddy, is not looking too great on his end. It's not at all, man. That's not. Rest in peace, Celeste. Cause that shit crazy. Now let's look at what else we got going on. Let's do something else. Let's look at something else. Bada bing, bada boom, bada boom. What's up with y'all? What's up with y'all? Let's go, my boy Neil deGrasse. He be talking that shit. What would have happened if the moon was
yet another explainer?
What would happen if the moon was 20 times closer? What would happen if the moon was 20 times closer, y'all? This is the video right here. What would happen if the moon was 20 times closer? That sounds interesting.
Out of work. This one's good. Okay. This one.
I'll be the judge of
that. There's a French astronomer called Edouard Roche. Roche.
I am Edouard Roche.
Would you put the cigarette? What? Would you stop the cigarette?
It's very difficult for me to see through this telescope through all the smoke that has built up on the lens.
So, Edouard Roche did some calculations using Newton's laws of gravity and laws of motion.
Very cool.
That's how potent Newton's laws are. He couldn't even figure everything out, figure outable with his own laws.
Right.
It takes centuries of people to follow.
Just work, yeah.
Okay?
That's when you know you're dope.
You know you're dope.
Because you don't even have time to figure out the stuff that you already figured out. Smart I am. I done figured out stuff that I haven't even figured out yet.
Bro funny as hell, man. Bro funny as shit. If you ever watch his channel, man, you know what I'm talking about, bro. They go crazy.
If you do the math,
right,
object
They make science and astrology so fun.
that are large enough for gravity to shape them into a sphere are held together by gravity.
Okay. Right. Okay, that makes sense.
If you're really small, like some asteroids,
Yeah.
then the structural integrity of the rock is greater than what the gravity would do to it. And so they can take any shape at all. It's just the shape of the rock.
Exactly.
Like the Idaho potato
Yeah.
is a common shaped asteroid.
Yeah, they're just hanging.
I know I be lost when I be watching this sometimes, but I'm learning something. We all are.
Now,
This is hanging out as
Yeah,
rocks.
so as rocks.
As rocks.
Yeah.
Okay. We get really big, then gravity matters more and more and more.
Right.
And gravity wants to bring everything in that object as close to the center as possible.
Yes.
There's only one shape that's the consequence of that urge.
It has to be a sphere.
It's a sphere.
Yeah.
You want to get as much material as close to the center as you can.
And that's definitely.
Think about it. If you're like a rectangular bar,
Right.
there's some stuff that's close to the middle, but other stuff you could bring closer.
Exactly.
So let's just keep doing that.
Yes.
If you keep doing that, in the end, you have a sphere.
Right.
Okay? So if you bring the moon closer and closer to Earth,
Okay.
you can ask, what happens?
What happens?
What happens?
Okay.
Okay? Is
What happens?
anything going to happen? If it's still orbiting Earth, but you just bring it closer and closer and closer.
Well, let's see. I'm trying.
When it get dark and we start to get colder, like it will start to block the sunlight, it will mess up, and something like that. Yeah, somebody let me know.
I think what most people would say. The tides will get so high.
Yes, they would.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay.
That's true.
Right.
But you know what else people have said?
What?
You'll start floating off of Earth towards the moon.
That would trip me. Where I think people will think it's a rapture. If the moon get closer and people start floating up, they're gonna be like, "It's a rapture." It's like, no, you idiot. The moon just got closer and is gravitating us, you dickhead.
Okay. No, you're laughing
If
at
there
people.
are people who believe that, and I shouldn't be laughing.
Okay.
But anyway.
Okay. Because first, that's kind of weird. If you're
They're gonna be like, Jesus coming. It's the moon gravitating us. All belief is out the window then. Every religion belief is out the window when Neil deGrasse comes.
standing on Earth,
Right.
which has a stronger gravity than the moon does.
Right. That's why the moon is coming this way. But
Well,
go ahead.
I'm just saying,
Right.
to then think we're just going to float up to the
Float
moon.
up to the moon.
Okay, so now we would have known this ever since Roche, is my point.
Oh, okay. Right.
We would have known what should have happened, but if you didn't know nothing about Roche, okay.
Right.
I have in my hand here an authentic Life magazine.
Oh, look at that.
From November 1st, 1937.
Bro, the last time I seen a Life magazine was like the early 2000s, and it used to be in like the mall bathroom, or like somebody's office bathroom or something, or at the cash register in line. Maybe they still have those, but I just never pay attention to magazines. When's the last time you ever picked up and looked at a magazine, brother, sister, people, whatever, aliens? When's the last time you ever looked at a magazine?
That's so cool. That's a real life magazine.
In here is an article on the space show that was being given at the Hayden Planetarium.
All right.
That space show was all the ways the world might end.
Okay.
Okay, nice topic.
Sounds good.
That'll get him in the door.
Everybody wants to pay. Everybody's good for that.
Early clickbait before there was clickbait.
That's it.
Okay. I now turn to the page that has an illustration of one of the scenarios where the moon gets closer to Earth.
Oh.
Okay. What would cause that? That remains unknown. But here comes the moon closer to Earth, and look at
all the people are floating up.
all the people.
What I say? That don't look like the rapture right there. People gonna think that's the rapture, gang. That's what they were like. These coming. I'm like, boy, and Neil deGrasse gonna come on over and be like, nope, it's the moon. Look at him like, nigga.
And I'm a little embarrassed because this is my brethren, my predecessors. I'm director of the planetarium.
Yeah,
whoever was director okayed this.
They knew better than that.
Okay.
Okay.
Just saying.
So what did Roche tell us?
I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you. You said tidal forces increase.
Yes.
They increase as the inverse cube of the distance, which means you're 1/3 the distance. So take the inverse of 1/3. What do you get?
3.
3. Now cube that. What do you get?
Well, 3 times 3 times 3 is 27.
27. Oh. If the moon is 1/3 the distance away, the tidal forces are 27 times greater.
Right.
Okay? Both ways.
Both ways.
On Earth and on the moon.
Right.
Okay? If it's 10 times closer, it's 1/10 the distance. Inverse of 10 is 10. 10 cubed is?
1,000.
1,000. Okay. Right. So let's look at Earth's tidal forces on the moon. Roche noticed that there is a distance within which the object, the moon in this case, if it comes closer than that distance, then the tidal forces on it, which is a stretching force.
Right.
Okay? Are greater than the force of gravity on that object.
Which means it would just flay the object.
Yes.
The moon would just start breaking apart.
The moon would start
and falling to Earth.
Breaking apart.
Wait, how?
Right.
Okay.
I told you, y'all, I'm a little slow, so I got to run it back a few times. I really wanted to run it back a few more times, but, you know, I ain't going to do that to y'all. But, like, this one right here, like, what?
Within which, closer. It's 1/10 the distance. Inverse of 10 is 10. 10 cubed is?
1,000.
1,000. Okay. Right. So let's look at Earth's tidal forces on the moon. Roche noticed that there is a distance within which the object, the moon in this case, if it comes closer than that distance, then the tidal forces on it, which is a stretching force.
Right.
Okay? Are greater than the force of gravity on that object.
Which means it would just flay the object.
Yes.
The moon would just start breaking apart.
The moon would just blow up as soon as it get closer because of gravity pulling it in. Did we get that right?
The moon would start
and falling to Earth,
breaking apart.
Right, okay, and orbiting Earth.
It would continue
orbit Earth
because it's in orbit to start with.
It's in orbit to start with.
If it gets within that boundary, it'll just start floating away from itself.
Exactly.
All the rocks,
yeah,
they're not attached to the moon because the tidal force is stretching, and that limit, okay, it's called the Roche limit.
Oh,
okay,
gotcha.
It's a Roche limit.
Right.
That's what it's.
The Roche limit. I'm not gonna lie. This is unnecessary education I never thought I needed. It's great to know this. So if the Earth, if we see the moon even closer, that's another fear to add to the list, y'all. Another fear.
Called.
Not to be confused with the Roche limit, which happens in certain neighborhoods in New York City.
Roche. Roche limit.
So the whole floating away thing.
What'll happen? It just gets basically ripped apart.
Ripped apart.
Okay.
Right.
That's what gets ripped apart. So now let's look at the opposite of this. When Theia, the object that slammed into Earth in the early solar system, whose debris went into a ring around the Earth and coalesced
to become
the moon.
Wow, what a story.
We know where that can happen. It's not going to happen inside the Roche limit.
Right.
Just outside the Roche limit, only there can you have gravitational accumulation. So if you have a ring, nothing's going to happen inside the Roche limit. Outside, gravity can overcome the tidal forces of Earth on that substance.
Right.
So everyone who talks about Theia making the moon, we all presume, I think accurately, that it formed just outside the Roche limit.
Right.
For the Earth-Moon system, it's 1/20th of the distance to the moon today.
That's the Roche limit.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's where the moon would have formed.
Wow.
And it would have been 20 times larger.
20 times larger in the night, in the sky.
In the sky. And so,
Bro, you know, waking up and you just see a big round ass moon. I'm gonna sing to it like the Big Bear and Big. I'm gonna sing to it like Big Bear from the Big Blue House and be like, goodbye, farewell, auntie. What's the song? Damn, I can't even get the damn. You know what I'm talking about. Big Bear in the Big Blue House and that moon was singing. I'm like, Mr. Moon, you're a little close tonight, aren't you? You want to back that ass up?
that was the formation of the moon, and it's been spiraling away from us.
Right, it's moving in the
ever
opposite
since.
direction.
That's another explainer for why the moon is
Just
spiraling away
spiraling
from
away
us.
from us.
It spirals away at about 1.5 inches a year, something like
You're
that.
leaving me slowly. I just feel like I don't know what's going on.
So
what's gonna happen if the moon keeps spiraling away for us? Like, would there not be a night no more? That was stupid. The moon doesn't produce night. But now, what would happen? Do we need the moon? What does the moon do for us environmentally?
now, 2 stars in the binary star systems.
Okay.
So you have binary stars. If one of them has slightly more mass than the other, the high mass one evolves faster.
Right.
It'll become a red giant sooner.
It's better to burn out than it is to fade away.
So one of them grows to become a red giant.
Okay.
It's not getting closer, but some of its outer layers are.
Right, because it expands.
It's expanding.
Right.
It reaches a point where it fills a volume outside of which it will fall towards the other star in the system, and that's called the Roche lobe.
Oh.
It fills the lobe, and there's a point in the middle where it just passes through.
It starts to feed into.
Feed in.
Right.
It feeds in. And
Did the moon just impregnate another star? The moon just got the other star pregnant.
And you can have a dance where this mass goes into this other star, making it more massive,
right,
increasing its rate of evolution.
And now it starts to burn bright.
And now it fills its Roche lobe, and then
it goes back to the other star.
Back to the other.
And it's like,
Is this space intimacy? What's going on here? This space corn, space corn.
Oh, but now I'm like Keith Richards' star. I'm just taking all this juice from this young star.
Keith Richards. How old is that boy?
He's 800 years old. Yes, he is. The original vampire, the original Nosferatu, Keith Richards. Y'all don't even know.
So Roche did these calculations, and it's highly useful.
Do we ever see that,
When
though?
you're looking at objects that are in close orbit to one another.
Have we ever seen 2 stars dancing and feeding each other back and forth? One getting younger, one getting older.
We don't live that long.
Okay.
That takes
Neil gonna let you know you're not gonna live that long. Whatever dreams you may have of in the future, Neil gonna be like, you're not gonna live that long. Don't even plan that far.
Hundreds of thousands, millions of years.
Okay.
But we can model it.
All right.
And knowing that there's such a thing as a Roche lobe allows you to model that with some accuracy.
That's pretty cool, man.
So another example where you need to know the Roche lobe is in T Corona Borealis.
Okay.
That was this star that's overdue to explode. Right. And it's a star system, a binary star system.
That they're watching for a nova, and they're
right.
They're like, oh, any day now.
Any day now, because we're kind of overdue, given the cycle of this phenomenon. And what is the cycle? We have a star, a red giant, expanding, overflowing its Roche lobe, dropping matter, dropping gas down onto this star, which at a threshold of mass goes unstable and explodes. And we call those nova.
Nice.
Nova is Latin for new.
New?
Back when they was discovered, oh, there's a new star.
Didn't know that.
Nova star.
This is old
that
and
was
dying.
checked out.
Nova star.
Yeah, it was visually new,
That's
but
right.
it's the end states of stellar
It's like showing up
evolution.
at a funeral, like, congratulations on the birth. Like, what? He's dead.
Thank you for coming to Nova's baby shower.
So that's Mr. Roche.
I like Mr. Roche.
The Roche lobe.
Roche lobe.
Yeah, you got it. All right, it's been another explainer in the Star Talkian universe.
Yeah, that's dope, man. Neil deGrasse be He be touching on some real shit, boy. This is the Star Talk channel. If y'all ever wanna go check them out, it's one of the channels I'll sleep to and stuff like that, you know. Let's do a couple more videos. Shit talking streamer gets pressed IRL. Uh-oh.
What's poppin', y'all? One of the biggest...
Let's see. So shit talking streamer gets pressed IRL. Who is it, y'all? This is off the Hilo Yesing Extras channel. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I've been I subscribed to bro. Man, let me subscribe to bro. I've been watching him for a couple years now. He be having some shit. He's one of the unsung heroes of the YouTube channels when it comes to reactions. But who's this, y'all? Let's see what the hell they talking about. Right here. Control everything. That boy Neil deGrasse told him pregnant, goddamn. I'm pregnant, goddamn. Yeah, come on, bro. I'm like, goddamn. Hold on, let me see something real quick. It said I'm supposed to be live. I'm trying. Technical differ. Shit talking streamer gets pressed IRL. Uh-oh. Okay. That's one right there. Checking my streams, yo. I ain't rich yet. So I gotta do my streams a certain way. There we go, bet. Let's see who they talking about.
Trash talkers in the streaming industry got pushed up on in real life.
Get out of my way, man. Get out of my way, man. Alright?
I'm not
You're
even.
you're a and you're not gonna do because you are. Alright? But you're a though. And what you gonna do? Nothing?
He look wasted, bro. I don't think he's aware of what's going on.
Everybody else knows they're back here. Yo, bro. Yeah. Aaron, come here. Aaron, we want you to hop on the mic, bro. Bitch. Talking like I want to smoke your ass out, man.
What did Buddy say?
Is everything okay? I'm good, bro. I'm good.
So the two people involved in this, one is a much bigger streamer, and you've probably recognized him before, is Action Man or AC7. He's the guy that walks up to him. Now, this guy, Action Man, you probably knew him from the clip where he OD'd live.
He looked drunk in that one, too. Or he OD'd? What the hell? That boy. Boy, you good, boy? He floating.
So that happened, and he would get banned for hell, a couple of weeks for that. This guy, just a little bit of a TLDR on him. He is from Chicago. He's damn near from O Block. He was a heroin addict for 8 years of his life, and he's been streaming for a very long time, maybe 10 years. He started off streaming Halo to nobody, streamed a bunch of stuff to nobody, and then during the Fortnite era, he was able to build an audience for himself and then transition into IRL. And now he's one of the more popular kick streamers, just a straight like degen streamer, very content.
Something about them IRL streaming, bro. I'm sorry, man. I can't, I like to be able to walk around places and not people know where I'm at type junk, you know what I'm saying? I ain't hating, though. I ain't hating. Some stuff is for people and some stuff just ain't for people.
Like degenerate content, he's for that. And he's also one of the biggest Sneako haters. I don't know what issue he has with Sneako personally, but this guy despises Sneako, can't stand him, is always replying to tweets underneath him, hating on him, anything related to do with him.
Nobody likes Sneako right now.
I mean, when Sneako got socked out in public, he even said that he would pay the guy who socked him out's bail. So there's this guy. Now, for Nick White, that's
exactly why you don't want to do IRL. You looking down your phone like, chat, what's up? Like, goddamn, bro. Keep your head up, gang. What you talking about? Can't be looking down in public, boy. Hell no.
Guy, the other guy that's getting pushed up on, this guy is an absolute trash talker. Now, just a couple of examples of him hating on people. Number one is him hating on Valkyrie.
If a quote-unquote friend asks me to do a similar tip-to-tip type thing, I would say yes.
You are actually just a clout-chasing scum who will turn on any of your friends for clout whenever it's going to benefit you at a moment's notice. You're 34. Time to wrap it up. You're already a millionaire. Why do you need to keep backstabbing your friends? How about you just go and start a family already? Holy shit.
Then there's him just hating on this girl, Iron Mouse.
I mean, he's entitled to his opinion.
Who had...
But... I don't know, shit, you're entitled to your opinion, but I guess, that might have been taken out of context type shit. Probably don't mean, just because you're entitled to your opinion doesn't mean you go and attack people too, I guess, shit like that. I don't know, but by the way it's looking, trying to make it seem like he's a piece of shit. But you are entitled to your opinion, though. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You are entitled to your opinion. Freedom of speech.
Interaction several months ago with Rakai, but he says, so there's a person at home laughing as if they're jumping on a trampoline and all they're seeing is the front camera of an iPad flipping. VTubers are pathetic. And I'm gonna play a clip of that.
Okay, now he's just hating.
Sea Dog and Iron Mouse share a wholesome moment right now.
But then again, he's entitled to his opinion. I don't get it.
I can't believe he's eating!
Oh, let's go!
What the? Oh my god! Okay, don't go anymore, please.
Let's go!
What was that?
I should also add to this. You are entitled to your opinion. You do have freedom of speech. But people are entitled to feel how they feel as well. So it might be consequences to some shit you do say. That's reality. Sometimes we might be like, well, I said this, and you can't do this because I said this. In the eyes of the law, yes. But reality, you can't be saying crazy stuff in front of people. Or when you get in front of this person, you have to keep the same energy. You just have to. Because you said it.
Oh, yeah. Your turn.
Okay, get over here.
What's he doing? Is he mocking? I don't know what he's doing, gang. like just jumping
So this
around.
guy's a Japanese streamer. This person, Iron Mouse, is a VTuber. I think at one point held the record for the most subscribers. This Nick White guy, he used to be a software engineer YouTuber, and then he quit that and became an IRL streamer. And now he got attached to Ice Poseidon's community, who Action Man is also somewhat attached to that community as well. But this guy, Nick White, he would go in on Iron Mouse again, doubling down.
I'm sorry. Are we talking about the VTuber Iron Mouse is sharing a wholesome moment?
How do y'all feel about VTubers? I don't be watching them for real. I probably follow one of them off like I met him off like the Twitch page off fan page, not fan page, but like a Twitch community page off Facebook. He on Kick. And would y'all consider Peanut a VTuber? If so, I fuck with Peanut, but I'm not really too much into the VTubers type junk because I don't know, faceless anything for real. No offense, Helio.
With this guy because he's holding her VTube person on an iPad and trampolining, and she's sitting at her house while the iPad is filming, like flipping around, barely viewing anything, and she's sitting there going, I'm having so much fun. This trampoline's amazing. Are you joking? Bro, this has got to be the most cringy thing I ever saw.
So Iron Mouse, this gets so big that Iron Mouse replies and says the following. I normally don't respond to stuff like this. When I see negative posts from people who have no idea what it's like to live a life with PI, there are so many people out there living with primary immune deficiency. Now, we don't know what exact immune deficiency this person has.
Oh God, I don't know what that is, but I know, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of agree with bro. I mean, I don't know Shorty's deficiency or whatever, but man, I don't know. That just hopping up and down on the damn thing. That seem like them V2. I don't understand it. Maybe that's it. I just don't understand it.
We don't know if they're just anxious and they don't want to go out. But listen, I'm not saying that this person's lying. So many people who struggle to find a normal life struggle to do the most basic human things. I got lucky enough to have a community that supported me. They helped me.
I mean, that's true. That's true. Up to a certain extent.
Crawl out of a deep hole that I feared I could never get out of. Without them, I would not be here today. I also got lucky to have found such a wonderful friend who isn't afraid to do cringe, silly stuff that may seem weird to some, but to me it means the world. Now I'm finally able to do things I never thought I would ever get to do. If I can just give one person with my disease or any other debilitating illness out there a bit of hope and a bit of happiness,
Now, if she got like a disease or something, because what if this VTuber is like a cancer patient or something, you know what I'm saying? And they live on bed rest for the rest of their life. Now that changes the narrative a whole lot. Like, you know, that's really understandable. But if you're just someone, you know, that is social skills, I don't know, man. At the end, at anything to do, it makes you happy, goddamn it, shit. I don't give a fuck.
I'm happy. Please know you are not alone, and somehow YouTube can find a way to take back your life and live your life your way. Donate plasma if you can, and support immune deficiency if you can, and it's a foundation. Thank you, everyone, for being alive.
I used to donate plasma a couple years ago. Man, we had a job, we had Uber, and we had plasma. Had three passive, I won't say passive, but three incomes. First time you donate plasma, you get that little bonuses first few times, and after goddamn, you get a little $50. But I overcome that. That was years ago, guys. But times get hard.
Light in my life. So that's just two people.
They're helping people. So look at it that way.
That this guy hated on. He also hates on Sneako. Just think any streamer that you can possibly imagine. This guy just says outright disrespectful things about them, trash talks them, and hopes that it gets clipped. He'll even script fake clips. Like, for example, he scripted this clip of him getting fired in response to the backlash that he was getting from Iron Mouse's community.
If you guys didn't notice, I went viral all over the internet the past 2 days because I was making fun of Iron Mouse jumping on a trampoline, like her cartoon, her having fun jumping on a trampoline, because I said she's at home and really it's just an iPad and she's not seeing anything, so I don't know why she's laughing like she's having fun. Well, it went so viral and the audience is so psychotic that they contacted my programming job, because as you guys know, I'm a software engineer. I don't make a full-time living streaming. So many people contacted the company that I work at, where I do software engineering, that the company has let me go. So making fun of the VTuber community has lost me my job as a programmer.
One thing
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Either you said some really wild shit, or you should have just left them VTubers alone, gang. You should just, stayed in your lane. Sometimes we just don't understand certain groups, certain communities, and that's okay. It's not for us to understand it. We're just gonna stay in our lane though, because the world we live in today, boy. But that still shouldn't be no. That still shouldn't be no reason you shouldn't be able to say what's on your mind type junk. But I don't know, there's like some 48 laws of powers type shit. Know who you're going up against. The VTuber community can make you lose your job type shit. Maybe just, stay in your lane, bro. I don't even know. But that's crazy. I don't know, but I think that's kind of fucked up though. You shouldn't lose your job off of your opinion type shit. That's crazy. That's crazy. Especially if especially if you're not like, your opinion is not like, I was gonna say it's not like harming anybody, but I guess in this way, to the VTuber is harming them because of how they're taking it. But I just don't. Yeah. That's fucked up though. It got to your job, gang. Damn, gang, you should. Damn. But the fact they didn't even fight back. The VTuber, how they responded, they didn't respond back like they want to battle back. Like, they wasn't trying to wrestle back with your buddy. They told you straight up, like, bro, I suffer from something. That's what it is, type shit. That should have told you right then and there, you fucked up, bud. You fucked up. And it's sad to say, or is it? Because it's like a mix. It's like a mix. Is it the VTubers? Is he wrong for talking about the VTuber? Or are we in a community right now where it's becoming completely sensitive to anything? It's like a 50-50. I don't know. Let me know in the chat in the comments, yo.
we do have to add as a side note of positivity is that after this, Iron Mouse and that other guy, they were able to raise over $1.4 million for the foundation for people with immunodeficiency. So that's one thing they're doing that this guy that's hating on them isn't doing. So why did this guy become such an outright hater? Well, he streamed IRL for quite a while. Now he kind of half streams IRL, and Kick, they pay out an hourly rate depending on a bunch of different factors, but they cut his rate and he was starting to go broke.
Once I start posting again, I'm gonna go on like a little run and just start posting like consistently, and then hopefully this like skyrockets pretty fast. Yeah, it's just been like down for the past year. Did you reach 400?
So Mizkif, who's also
that boy made 6 figures down to $452. Fuck around with that IRL shit.
Streamer that moved to Kick after getting blackballed by all the Twitch collaborations he would have, he would call him out.
Maybe you should get off your computer and start doing actual content to this non-temp bullshit, just constantly sitting around and expecting money. Do something, bro. I'm so sick of seeing these streamers just sit around and expect money. Do something with your content. Go outside. It gets difficult. Yes, it's competition's tough nowadays. Valkyrie has to talk about her brother to get views, all right? It's not easy nowadays for us. You got to do content, bro. Actually do something like Clavicular. Do something. Make your own little group.
I believe that up to a certain extent. I believe if you want to go viral right then and there, do the most craziest shit, you know what I'm saying? But if you know you got a niche and you building something, slow process is probably the better way to go. Cause every mess up you go along the way you can kind of catch, versus you blow up big time. Next you know you get into a whole bunch of bullshit, and it's hard to get out that shit. And that next you know you go from 6 figures to $452.
But instead, you're just sitting around and expect people to show up for views when you're desktop streaming.
And then Nick White would respond to Mizkif.
You should get off your computer and start doing actual content to this non-temp.
The way I would do content IRL, like I'll do vlogging. Is that what you call it? Vlogging? Is that what it is? But nah, I'd rather just do YouTube content and just, like, if I'm out and about, yeah, record. If I'm at, like, you know, an event or I found think something's interesting, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Make content out of that. Pop the YouTube off that. But as far as, like, streaming, just me outside and just hoping for a viral moment while I'm on stream, or just walking around or trying, what they call it, provoke someone to give me a viral stream. Like, come on now, bro. I'd rather stick with the YouTube and the content and the video edits. If I go out to, for example, if there's a fair or something, or if there's an event that I feel like I can make some good content at, okay, I'll do something like that. Get some record some stuff, go home, make some edits, you know what I'm saying? Make it a watch worthy. Cause I'm not gonna lie, a lot of IRL streams don't be watch worthy. You know what I'm saying? I only be watching the clips on YouTube, but I don't really watch the IRL streams on Twitch or nothing like that. Okay, maybe sometimes, but if I do go into this title for a few minutes, but it's really the YouTube clips. YouTube, where's that? Not the IRL streams. Then you gotta clip it. Y'all gotta clip the shit.
Just constantly sitting around and expecting money. Do something, bro. I'm so sick of seeing these streamers just sit around and expect fucking money. Do something with your...
Okay, first of all, the clip is sarcastic. Second of all, this is coming from a guy whose biggest moment is crying about plushies and threatening to go nuclear. Just think about this, Mizkif. You were collaborating with Mr. Beast, and now you're reacting to me. How about...
That's what happens when you make it to the top. You look down at people from the bottom, like, I'm with Mr. Beast now, nigga. But you know who I'm with? You know, I'm with Mr. No, let me critique you. We're not friends. I'm gonna critique you, motherfucker. I'm with Mr. Beast. You don't know shit. So here's some advice, bitch.
You worry about your lawsuits and go promote gambling some more, you hypocrite.
So this guy, Nick White, he has at least several $100,000 saved and things like that, but he's just trying to farm hate engagement on clips on X because he thinks that's going to grow his stream. And this guy, Mizkif, is like, dude, you suck, you're boring, just do good content, which is a really good criticism. So these guys, they've been cool since 2024, actually. Action Man and Nick White. So this is them in 2024 getting in hot tubs together.
Straight up. Look, bro, we don't want to have to do this ourselves. If you don't take off your clothes, then we have a problem. All right? Now get your shirt off right now, dude. We're going to bug up in this cuz you're going to piss off thousands of people. Your don't get them goddamn clothes off, folks.
There's gotta be a limit, gang. There's gotta be a limit somewhere.
Dude, come on. Get naked for a legend, mother.
For content.
Love you too. I don't want to get in the hot tub. Yes, you do. Nick, get in the hot tub.
What are you gonna do in the hot tub? Make out? I don't want to go in the hot tub.
Get in the fucking hot tub. Get in the hot tub.
What the diddy?
Dude, no getting gay. Dude, you're making this gay by not. Dude, you're making it weird by
Get in the hot tub now, boy.
not getting in the hot tub. Dude, you do it all the time. Stop being weird. Dude, look, he's ready to get in the hot tub. Dude, what if we all got naked right now before we... Let's all get naked right now.
So it wouldn't be until last...
Ain't nothing just told him, to be like, hey, man, I won't be cool with these people no more. I don't think this worth it. I think I can do bad by myself. Nothing just clicked in the head. Nothing.
Summer that things would change up a bit. That's when Action Man would call out Nick.
Nick White, you're the biggest cowardly baby I've ever seen in my entire life. Chat, do you guys remember when we had to turn off my TTS because Nick White's feelings were getting hurt? Wah. Dude, you're the biggest I've ever encountered in my entire life. Do you guys remember when Nick White was crying his eyes out like a baby? Like a only in the land discords can you sit there in the pocket and have any amount of confidence to type in any form of sneak diss. You wouldn't say it to my face. You wouldn't say it to me in a Discord call. You can't even handle a robot voice calling you a loser. Holy
You say you can't even handle a robot call.
my God. Why don't you go figure out how you blew an easy hand-me career? How did you do that? You had all this momentum in you.
That boy stressed out. You pulled out the cigarette.
Blew it. You suck.
He got him stressed
Has
out.
anyone ever told you guys, you Paul side characters, you just aren't good at streaming? So why don't you quit? Nick White might need to start botting because that chat and channel is totally dead. I don't know what excuse you need to make to figure out how you got to where you're at, but you're definitely there and it's for sure not going away. The problem is that I have a little real viewers and you don't have any viewers at all. Dude, I just can't believe coward, loser, low self-esteem, always will be a fat kid mentality no matter how much weight he loses. Nick White had the audacity to open his cowardly mouth. Dude, I've never seen someone as big as you, and that's
This is personal.
before streaming, during streaming, 20 years after. I've never seen such an unintimidatingly cowardly dude. Because Nick, if you want, I can give you an address. We can meet and talk off stream if that's what you'd like to do. If you want to do that, we could have a conversation off stream. I don't think you want that, but if you do, let me know.
He wants that smoke with your boy. That's what he really wants. He, you know, it sounds like he can tell. You can tell how he's saying it. He putting feeling what he's saying about that boy. But he really want that smoke. He want that smoke.
All right? We'll talk it out. What do you think? Anytime, any place, man. I'm telling you, dude, a lot of you guys don't know who the I am or what's going on. So this can go a bunch of ways for you guys in here that are trying to make my life harder. It can go really, really, really smoothly and easily, or it can go really, really, really not smoothly and easily. And it's really dependent on your cooperation and how much effort you want to put forth in this, because you're up against the final boss of shit talk, and some of you guys got too comfortable.
So he called out this guy, Nick White, and he's...
I think Buddy is serious about what he's saying right here, ain't he? He said, y'all don't know who the hell y'all talking about. I don't know who pissed him off, but I'm gonna pray for him because I believe, Buddy. I believe him.
The reason why he called him out is because he felt that he had hooked up with his girlfriend that he had at the time, and this guy, Nick White, would just be constantly talking trash, whether it be in Discord chats, and of course,
definitely over the girl. Yep, definitely.
This streaming community, they're going to take the Discord chat, they're going to send it to the other guy because they're the content. This is like augmented reality. They get to engage with you. They're like, hold on, we could set this up so that this guy gets ran down on. Let's go. So that's what they're doing. They don't care about this guy Nick White's well-being. And from the clips of him just hating and ragging on people that have done nothing to him and just scripting it, can you really blame them? Like, are you farming a community that wants to love and support you? Or are you getting the same energy that you're putting out? And Nick White even says that, he would beat this guy up, Action Man.
He said, you touched me? And he started pushing me. It's like, oh my God, I wish I could. Yeah, dude, imagine me versus him. If I was allowed to touch him legally, he would get destroyed. He would get
destroyed.
So that's where we get this
They just need box it out. That's all.
guy pulling up on him. Now, how does he pull up on him? There's this other figure this is all happening in Austin, Texas. There's this other streamer by the name of Glink, and he runs these events. He's kind of attached to that community as well, but he's a really small streamer, and he's the guy that invited Nick White, and the guy Action Man knew he was there because Nick White was also streaming. So this guy Nick White, drunk as hell, he gets upset about the whole situation.
Bro, I wasn't trying to. I don't care. I don't want to go to any of your. Don't call me. Don't text me. I don't want to go to your anymore. Do you understand?
You felt set up.
And then Nick White goes and calls up Ice Poseidon after the whole situation happens with Action Man, when you can see the energy shift, like especially after you guys saw all of the trash talk clips, and this is only scratching the surface. This guy does this.
Pull it up to him, he should.
For at least an hour and a half a day, just trash talking the hell out of anybody. He goes and does it in his free time in Discord chats. So that's all he's doing.
He was drunk. He was drunk and scared. That's how you know you really scared. If you drunk, you can't even say nothing. Now that I know the backstory and everything, like, bro, usually when you drunk, you ain't no filters. You gonna say it. But nah, he just he's like, bro, he ain't that drunk.
So he just froze. It's hilarious because you're seeing the Discord trash talk guy that hides behind the internet, even though he is in real life. He does.
I didn't know the whole context at the beginning of the video, but that's the whole purpose. You feel what I'm saying? Because at the beginning I was like, bro, he probably drunk. He didn't know what's going on. But now, bro, you been talking shit. Somebody pull up on you. You ain't have that same energy. Then you drunk. You supposed to be like Super Saiyan. You supposed to be like, yeah, I said it for nigga. Yeah, I said it for nigga. He said, boy, you ain't that drunk, boy.
Stream in real life, but you just see a completely different energy shift. Not even an argument, not even oh, you didn't understand what happened. None of that. And it's not like he's just being critical of people. Like, he was telling this guy, like, yo, pull up. Like, you wouldn't do anything to me, this and that. Like, actually playing tough guy. So he would call Ice Poseidon.
I went to a bar tonight and Action Man showed up and he was like pushing me.
He trying to soup it up now. He trying to soup it up. No, these four nigga Action Man goddamn pulled up. Nigga, I really finna beat it. This is why they say there's like 3 sides of every story. I feel like there's like 10 to 100 sides. Because we ain't seen the video, we have to go off what he just calling this man off.
Can you just confirm Jamie was like all over me and I didn't even try to hook up with her that much?
He was pushing you and tried to fight you?
He pushed me on the ground. He was trying to fight me. Like, I don't know if you didn't believe it or whatever, but when I was at your house, wasn't Jamie all over me and I didn't even try to hook up with her that much?
I mean...
Validation.
Yeah, I mean, she was begging for it, dude, to be honest.
In the time of embarrassment, look for validation.
And you said no to her like 8 times, and she kept begging.
Okay, well, thank you. I appreciate you for at least backing me up on this, because I'm tired of this narrative where I did some evil or something.
He pulled up to you like a man gang by himself. He didn't even had no crew. He pulled up by himself. He looked like he was by himself. I didn't see no crew. Around him. Y'all seen the crew? He pulled up by himself. Now, if he had a crew, if he came up deep, that's understandable. You feeling that way, but he pulled up by himself. And now you calling your boy, trying to make validations. Nah, gang.
And this guy's like attacking me. Like,
oh no, dude. I'm pretty sure if I look back at my Ring cameras, we can see her chasing after you one night.
Exactly. And I was, you know.
Good shit on you, goddamn man. Tell you shit, what he goddamn. Y'all go check out Hello Yasin Extras page to look at the full video, man. That shit crazy, man. I don't lie. Moral of the story, y'all, don't be talking shit. don't be, don't be talking shit and thinking. Don't be talking shit and not back it up. Basically, you can talk shit, talk your shit. If you shit talk, talk your shit. But have that same energy when shit, you know what I'm saying, shit come to your door. You just got, you know what I'm saying, you gotta stand on your 10. Otherwise, they got the upper hand when you in a position like this. It is what it is, man. But y'all, thank y'all for coming through the stream, man. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one.